If we want to be able to drill up and down in date hierarchies and display data in trend time series charts, we need to enrich at least one date dimension in the model. Note that only one date dimension is permitted if the model is enabled for planning, but multiple date dimensions can be defined for analytic models. In this example, the order date and fulfill date columns are identified as generic dimensions. We can convert these to date dimensions. If the format is incorrect, we can select a different pattern. In this case, the correct format has automatically been identified. We'll repeat the process for the second date dimension. For details on how to further enrich and finish generating the model, refer to the videos on the relevant modeling topics. Once the model has been created, we can find our date dimensions here. The list displays any date dimensions defined for the model. We can edit a dimension to change the description or select a different hierarchy. Note that these hierarchies are based on the lowest level of time granularity in the underlying data. We can also delete date dimensions or add more date dimensions to the model. Here, we can define the name, description, granularity, and hierarchy. Note that if we create a date dimension manually, we will need to map it to the appropriate column in the associated data source. Because the model contains more than one date dimension, we can no longer turn on the planning option. For models with only one date dimension, we can enable planning and define the start and end date for the planning period. We can also choose to base our date dimensions on the calendar year or the fiscal year, where we can define the starting month and how we identify the fiscal year, either by the calendar year in which it starts or the calendar year in which it ends. If we enable the fiscal year option, we need to select the fiscal checkbox for any date dimension for which we want to use the fiscal year rather than the calendar year. Thanks for watching.